There is a divine appointed time for every believer. This is a time and a moment when what was promised becomes possession. This is when your waiting turns into walking. This is when process gives birth to purpose. The appointed time is when the process you've been going through now gives birth to purpose. And until then, we are always under training, covered by grace, and shaped by God's wisdom. And this is what Paul says in Galatians chapter 4, verse 2. But is under guardians and stewards until the time appointed by the Father. There's always a divine appointed time for every believer. We may rush, we may be discouraged, but God has an appointed time, and we have to cooperate with Him so that we arrive there when He arrives. And the challenge for many of us is trusting God's timing. It's a challenge, trusting the timing of God. Sometimes it's tempting to rush ahead or compare ourselves with others. You're comparing your time with the timing of others. But we need to know that premature release can damage destiny. When you release yourself or you're released prematurely, it can damage destiny. Just as a fruit picked too soon lacks sweetness, a soul that is released too soon will lack strength. It's good, therefore, to know that your Father knows the timing. Our God knows the right timing. He knows the moment of release is not random, it's appointed. He knows that. And God's appointments are never late. He's never late. He's always going to be there on time. Jesus Himself is our good example. Though He was the Son of God, He waited 30 years before His public ministry. This we have a record in Luke 2, verse 52 that says that He increased in wisdom, He increased in stature, and in favor with God and men. This is our Savior. He had a time, He had a process of growth, and there was a timing that God had ordained for Him that He had to connect with. And His appointment was not based on ambition, but on alignment with the Father's perfect time. You know, you can be ambitious, which is okay, have that zeal, but there is a timing, the Father's timing for all this, for you to be launched into that big platform. So we have to be very careful not to get frustrated with God's timing in our lives. This will require that we always wait for God's timing. It will require that we wait for God's positioning and alignment. The famous man of God, Corrie ten Boom, said, God is never in a hurry, but He is always on time.